Hey everybody, welcome to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Mike Gamble.
And I'm Nick Kinzel.
And we got our very good friend Dalton Good. He is back in action with the Stock Car Spectacle. How you doing, buddy?
What's going on, guys? Been a long time, but 2021, first time on the Stock Car Spectacle in 2021. So I'm ready to kick this off. How you guys doing?
Doing
Living
good,
life,
buddy.
living life.
All right.
Glad
You
to
guys
have
didn't,
you
that
back
didn't sound so exciting.
Well, when your driver is fighting for points with Quinn Houff, you can't really be too excited out of the weekend.
Yeah, I don't think any of our drivers had great days.
No,
I can't wait for this Kinzel's classroom, man. It's gonna be good.
Oh,
man.
gonna be a rather large breakfast club. I got a feeling.
I don't even want to dig into this goddamn Xfinity race. It's just gonna like for real.
Ian's be like, guys, can somebody else read the rundown? It's too emotional.
It's too painful, man.
It hurts.
Well,
Really
looks like
hurts.
Ian's boycotting a Whataburger for the foreseeable future.
What a burger. David Starr,
Oh,
Carl Long.
Oh, jeez. We're going with the bleeps early, huh?
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be getting into it once we start talking about the race. But guys, if you haven't yet, make sure to check out our merchandise on Spreadshirt. It is designed by Dalton Good himself. You can get hats like this, shirts, sweatshirts, backpacks, face masks, whatever you need. You can find it all on spreadshirt.com. The link will be in the description below. All designed by our buddy Dalton Good. So make sure to show all of us some love.
Yeah, guys. Merch looks really good, I must say. First time I've had it on. Finally came in the mail last week, and what better gear to wear than the Stock Car Spec merch for today's show?
Definitely, brother. All right, guys. So let's get into our diecast of the week. Dalton, what'd you bring for us today?
All right, well, I know Homestead's over, but I'm just going to go ahead and get out a Homestead-related diecast. I got Kyle Busch's 2019 championship win diecast. Pretty cool scheme, my second championship diecast that I own. What I really like is the M&M bags they left on top of the roof. You can barely see them, I don't think, but yeah, that right there.
Oh, nice.
oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that's kind of my favorite part of the diecast. Like, this is pretty much the only Kyle Busch diecast that I had that has like M&M bags on the top of the cars like everywhere. So this is pretty cool.
Yeah, because I remember he celebrated with like M&Ms in his hands.
That's right. He did like an M&M bag chug or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, not as good as the 2015 championship. Nothing will ever top that one. But yeah, got to bring it. I already did the 2015 championship back in our little group video that we did back in before Christmas. So I wanted to bring the 2019 championship out.
Very nice, dude. That's a cool diecast, but I don't think anything's cooler than the crispy paint scheme that he won. The 2015.
Bring it back. I want Crispy back, please, for Darlington,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be cool to do. All right, Mike, what'd you bring for your diecast of the week?
All right, boys. We just finished up at Homestead, and we're gonna be moving on to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So a certain favorite driver of mine got his first win in the national series of any other touring series in NASCAR at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So I had to play the race win version of that diecast. Mr. Ben Rhodes, 27 Safelite Auto Glass Toyota Tundra, which he won at back then, which he even signed for me at Chicagoland. So
Very sweet. Hey, that's 2 Ben Rhodes diecasts in a row.
yep. One for each win this year so far.
There you go. All right, Nick, what'd you bring for your diecast?
Well, Dalton and Mike brought on some race win diecast. My drivers don't win races, so I don't really have many race win diecasts, but we're going to Las Vegas this week, so I thought I'd bring out the 2018 Daniel Hemrick South Point Hotel and Casino Chevrolet. It is signed. Usually when we come onto this racetrack, he would run a South Point car, but now that he's with Joe Gibbs and Toyota, that South Point deal went away. But one of my favorite cars that he ever ran back in his old 21 days. He almost won a championship in this car, but hasn't won a race yet.
Hey, he'll get there, man. He will get there.
Well,
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. Nick roots for him, so he's kind of the kiss of death.
Yeah,
as
there's
we've
no way it's gonna
established.
happen. We're going to Vegas this week, and I'm gonna need him to gamble some pit calls here. Maybe not try to kill somebody, and he'll be on his way.
There you go. Yeah, that was a close one there. All right, guys. So for my diecast of the week, we just got out of Homestead-Miami, and William Byron picked up his second career win. And he won it with, I guess, the new age Rainbow Warrior, but I wanted to pull it back to the old Rainbow Warrior. This is actually his Coca-Cola 600 paint scheme from 2000. They did their own little rendition of the Rainbow Warrior, and I think this looks freaking badass. I found it at like a little thrift shop for like $25, and it was a steal.
I don't think I've ever seen that one before. That's dope.
Really?
I haven't either.
It's the only Gordon diecast I got.
Huh.
And it's so different from the actual traditional Rainbow Warrior card.
Oh,
too. That's
yeah.
what makes it really cool too.
Yeah,
I gotta
definitely. I
say-
saw that and I was like, I gotta get that. I'm not even a
Yep.
Gordon fan, and I want that.
I gotta say, I think that looks better than the original Rainbow Warrior.
Ooh,
I don't
tough
know
to
about
compare it to
that.
the original.
Yeah,
No,
that
I
one
don't know if I go
definitely-
that far, but
Hot take, but
Dalton's
Oh,
been
yeah.
on the show 7 seconds, already putting up a hot take.
Dude, that's what he does, man. That's what he does.
Yep, hot take, Dalton Good.
hell yeah.
All right, guys. So now let's get into our Homestead-Miami review. No trucks this weekend. We had Xfinity and Cup, and the race started off a little strong for Mr. Daniel Hemrick. Under yellow flag pit stops, Daniel Hemrick forgot what pit stall he was in, and he damn near killed his tire guy. He's lucky that he just kind of hit the tire and knocked the guy down. Bruised ribs, but he was all right. He came back to work on Sunday, working in the pits.
Yeah, I would say kudos to him. If you can't beat your competition, might as well take him out. But he took out his own damn crew members. So that when you guys texted me, I was at work. I didn't watch the first half of the Xfinity Series race because I was at work. All of a sudden, I see on the NASCAR app he's running 33rd. I was like, oh, here we go. We made it 2 weeks without any chaos, and we're right back into it. Love it. But glad the crew member's okay. And I'm glad that really didn't screw up his race because I thought he was toast after that.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm glad he's all right because it could have been a hell of a lot worse. And just like where was it? Vegas when Brad Keselowski hit his crew guy?
Brad Keselowski hit multiple crew
I
guys.
think
Yeah,
it was Pocono. It was Pocono. I remember
was
that.
Pocono. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, those guys, they are warriors out there because they're out there getting hit by cars and changing heavy tires. Like those guys are pure athletes.
And the thing is, that dude got like smoked too. It wasn't like a glancing blow. That was like full on boom, boom.
Oh yeah, and then he just like got right back up like it was nothing, man.
I just wonder what Daniel was looking for. Like he wasn't around the 8 car. He wasn't around a 21 stall. There wasn't even a 21 car on the racetrack. I don't know what he was looking for. He was clueless. But hey, it happens sometimes, I guess.
I don't think
He
that
was
Daniel
bowling.
Hemrick.
That's all.
Yeah, it's just going. He was bowling, man. He wanted to
Doing
have
a little
some
wee
fun.
bowling.
Wanted to have some fun.
All right, guys. Well, the Dinger, he went on to win stage 1. He kept it clean this time, racing for a stage win, unlike last week.
Woo.
And then we had 11 to go in stage 2. Harrison Burton blew an engine, ended his day. Really unfortunate because he looked strong in this race.
Yeah, he did. He was my pick to win this race when we did it last week. Sucks to see. Just glad it wasn't the 18 car.
Oh, definitely. All right, and then Austin Cindric, he went on to win stage 2. We know that this will be, we'll be seeing a whole lot of this year with this guy winning these stages, pulling off race wins. Last year's champion, and he is the guy to beat this year.
Yeah, he's just going to be the gold standard of the field, as we know, for the Xfinity Series. So he's going to be the measuring stick. So not really surprising to see him getting stage wins and battling for race wins early in the year. So pretty standard for what we'd expect.
Be a lot cooler if he didn't, though.
I'm right there with you, bud. All right, and then I'll just say this: it broke my damn heart, boys. Noah Gragson had the best car in this whole damn race. He led, I think, like 80 some laps. I don't know. It was ridiculous.
Wait, what happened, Ian? What happened to him?
David Starr blew a tire right in front of him. For some reason, he was just running the middle lane when he knew he had a tire going down, and he's still going full speed. And then, surprise, surprise, tire blows and you hit the wall, and then you ruin the leader's race. Noah Gragson, he had a 9-second lead, guys. 3 laps to go. It was over. It was over. And then
Wow.
this fucking dip. I am so sick of the bad luck for the 9 team because he should have 3 wins at Homestead-Miami, and the guy has just been screwed so much. There's just been so much pain with being a Noah Gragson fan lately.
Oh, hold on. I can make it worse. I can make it worse.
Yeah, I could.
Ian, you're a pretty big Noah Gragson fan, right?
Yeah.
Thought he was going to get a win this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Did you have a life event this weekend, buddy? Did you maybe have a birthday this weekend? Smoked on your birthday weekend too.
I know.
Fuck,
I was
man.
like, all right, 3 laps away. You know, it's a day after my birthday. This is gonna be a great birthday win. I'm so stoked and just heartbreak, man. Just
I hope
fucking
you drank.
heartbreak.
I hope you drank your blues away with like birthday cake vodka or something after that.
All right,
Yeah.
first off, is anybody even just a little concerned that Dalton's drink of choice was birthday cake vodka?
It doesn't
Oh,
surprise.
I didn't even catch that.
Well, this is when I first turned 21. My sister actually bought me some birthday cake vodka to try, and it was the nastiest thing I've ever tasted in my entire life.
Why,
I thought my throat was just gonna light up on fire for some reason.
I don't. Nothing's worse than like peppermint schnapps. I cannot stand that.
But anyway, back to the Noah Gragson incident. Ian, not only did I feel sorry for you, I want you guys to send out my thoughts and prayers for my dad, because my dad just got into DraftKings this year. He's been pretty hooked on it. He put, I think, about $100-something at the beginning of the season, and I didn't know this, but you can actually bet Xfinity Series. And my dad was asking Dalton, who should I pick for Xfinity? I got to bet somebody to win, and I told him, well, Noah Gragson's been running very good at Homestead, and a lot of people are saying he's going to get redemption this weekend, so why don't you pick him? So I can't remember how much he put in there, but he did bet him to win, and he's starting to run out of money, so he's got to make something happen. And we're watching the race, but Dad had to go drop some barbecue off to my stepmom's friend, and when he left, he goes like, hey, let me know what happens to Noah Gragson. I said, sounds good. I'll be pulling him for you. And I watched Noah Gragson wreck with 3 to go. I'm like, no.
Oh, man.
My dad is, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I called my dad immediately. And the first thing he said was, when I called him, I said, did I win some money? I said, kiss your $80 goodbye.
No.
Yeah, it's always worse when you got money on the line. Can confirm that.
Absolutely. Dude, for Noah Gragson, you want to talk about wrong place at the wrong time? Oh, my God. Of course it was going to happen to him. He dominated those other 2 Homestead races, and chaos ensued right before winning them. Of course it was going to happen again, man.
That's his best, worst track.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see how long it is until Noah goes from like, this place is circled on his calendar. Like, dude, we got to win here. Can't wait to come back here. I got to right some wrongs that happened to. He looks at it like,
I hate this.
Damn it. We got to go to in Homestead again.
Maybe if my dad would not have bet on Noah Gragson, he probably would have won. That's usually what happens. Every time my dad bets on somebody.
Damn it, Dave.
Dude, Ian, 3 laps to go. What are you doing running the top lane, man? You got such a huge cushion, 9-second lead. If he got off the top a little bit, he might have missed that.
Well,
yeah, but that's just how he was comfortable running.
Well, you always hear the spotters and the crew chief say it towards the end of the race when you're leading. You have a ginormous lead at Homestead. Get that sucker off the wall. I mean, that's what we saw on Sunday's race. Maybe if he was running a little lower. I know that's his line, but should have, could have, man.
Well, and I was just gonna say too, it looked to me like the lapper was giving him the top lane until his tires started going down. So I mean, he's also just taking what he was given too. So
yeah. Like I said, wrong place, wrong time. Sucks to see. And now we got a full-on war on Twitter with Noah Gragson and David Starr And Carl Long made his statement today. Oof.
Yeah, he made his statement on Facebook, so no one could see it.
Facebook of all places.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, that's
Carl
Carl
If you
Long.
ever
He's
wanted
old
to
school.
if you ever wanted to appease the tinfoil hat group of NASCAR fans, you posted on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Kidding.
Why does Carl Long have a saying in this? I mean, didn't he have an illegal engine at the All-Star race one year?
That was like that was maybe like 8 years ago or so, but he started his team back up in like 2017. Do you remember they were running like a weed dispensary car or something? And yeah, they ran that during like practice, and then
they said, hell no.
NASCAR told them to take it off, so they were running with like a blank car. I don't remember what track it was, but yeah, they were running with a blank car in the race. It was like,
yeah,
really?
sucks.
You thought that you were able to run this race car with a marijuana dispensary on the hood of it? No way, that's passing through, buddy.
Doesn't NASCAR have to approve all paint schemes beforehand?
It does.
So did they not see like, hey, this
It was like one of those deals where like the paint scheme was already there, but they got that sponsor like over the weekend, so they just slapped the stickers on there.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
All right. Well, after all that shit, my boy Noah Gregson went on national television and called David Starr and the whole Carl Long team dips, which I love. You know, that guy just says whatever he wants, and good boy. You know, they ruined your race. Whatever. Let's move on. And then Myatt Snyder went on to win the race. Whatever. Congrats.
I just
even bigger kick in the nuts.
Yeah,
it's the worst enemy.
So if we can make it any worse, he wrecks with 3 laps to go with a 9-second lead the day after Ian's birthday. And then Noah Gregson's enemy goes on to win the race too.
That's so
Yay.
Well, one of his enemies. Let's be real.
One. Yeah.
So
what I just find hilarious is that all the people who are bashing Noah Gregson, those are the same people that are like, oh, drivers need more personality. Like they need to stick up for themselves. And then Noah Gregson has probably one of the biggest personalities in the garage. And they're like, oh, what a whiny little bitch and shit like that. Like
he's the new Kyle Busch.
Drivers need to stand up for themselves, but not that way, damn it. Not that way.
Come on. Oh,
seriously, I know what it's like to be a Kyle Busch fan now. I really do.
Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it?
It kind of does.
You should have had your dad pick Myatt Snyder to win the race. He would have won a lot of money with that. I think Myatt Snyder was listed at like plus 2,200 or something like that. So.
Well, no. If that, trust me, if Dad would have picked Myatt Snyder, he probably would have blown up right at the start of the green flag. Knowing his luck.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that was a terrible Homestead race. So let's move on to the Cup Series. Chris Buescher, he showed a lot of speed in the beginning of this race. He had a rocket. He held off Brad Keselowski to win stage 1. Guys, these smaller teams like Roush Fenway Racing, Front Row Motorsports are showing some speed early in this season.
Yeah, just things to add on to this being the weirdest season. You know, the moniker they keep throwing around is best season ever. Definitely going to go with strangest season ever right now.
Yeah, I tend to agree there. It's about damn time Roush Fenway woke up and decided not to suck ass anymore. So
a little too late, though, Nick.
little too late. But it didn't last. It didn't last.
Is it just me, or am I getting like 2011 vibes right now with all these different winners, all these people running up front? Like, what a time to be alive. I love 2011. It's such a fun season. I feel like we're finally getting back to that.
I love 2011 too.
Oh, I definitely know why. I definitely know why.
Good times. No, yeah, it's weird, but it's also kind of cool, like you guys were saying. We're seeing some guys that usually are running towards the back. Like Michael McDowell. What in the has gotten into that team?
Dude, I tell you, 3 top 10 finishes. Him and Kevin Harvick are the only drivers this season to get 3 top 10s in all races. It's just unbelievable what Michael McDowell is doing with that
guys
car.
Like him up front. You got Chris Buescher running up front. Roush Fenway Racing. Who's next?
What is this season?
Who's next?
Both RCR cars were in the top 10 all day too.
What? What is going on here, man? Next, we're gonna have Quinn Houff running in the top 10, and then
Listen.
Don't get too crazy. Don't
Listen.
get
I
too
don't know
crazy.
about that.
and then the world's gonna set on fire after that happens.
No, don't get too crazy.
Just for perspective, Garrett Smithley ahead of Matt D in points.
Oh, come on, man.
Michael McDowell and Kevin Harvick are the only two drivers with top 10s in all three races. Tell me those don't sound like the most made up stats of all time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they actually sound too fake to even be made up, really.
Yeah.
I gotta say one thing about Michael McDowell. After he won the Daytona 500, he pretty much survived at the end to be there. And I always knew that Michael McDowell was a great super speedway racer. But the thing is, I always thought with Michael McDowell that if he was going to survive winning the Daytona 500, I didn't think he was going to do anything for the rest of the season. I thought he was going to be one and done in the playoffs. I didn't think he was going to do anything for the rest of the year. But I got to say, the 3 top 10 finishes to start the season at a super speedway, a road course, and a mile and a half, I'm starting to reconsider.
Yeah. He got gifted because Michael McDowell is a great road course racer. So, dude wins the Daytona 500. He gets to go right back into what he's best at, is road course racing. And he almost took himself out of it going into turn 1 at the Daytona road course.
Yeah.
And he rebounded for a top 10 finish. And then this one I can't believe it. Like on a mile and a half, Michael McDowell, that was the first, I think that was his first top 10. First single-digit top 10 on a track not named Daytona, Talladega, or a road course. I don't think he's ever finished higher in the top 10 on a mile and a half that hasn't been 10th or better. So that was a single-digit finish right there for him. That is his best in his entire career.
Serious question before we move on. Michael McDowell, is he a round of 12 driver?
Okay, let's pump the brakes.
Yeah, All right, listen. We got through the Daytona 500, a road course they've only ran once, and Homestead-Miami is a very, very different kind of mile and a half. Once the season gets going, maybe I'm wrong, but I just got a feeling they're going to come back to earth a little bit here.
I understand it's early, but the reason why I asked that is because, with all these winners that are in the playoffs right now, like Michael McDowell, Willie Byron, and Christopher Bell, and if he just keeps running like this and we just keep getting all these crazy random winners, I can see that happening.
Being realistic, I don't see him moving into the round of 12, but with how weird this season has been so far, I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, the guy has driven his freaking nuts off so far. So, yeah, anything's possible with this guy so far. He has just shut all of us up because we're like, Michael McDowell, Daytona 500. Yeah, okay, he's going to be running 28th next week. No, another top 10, another top 10. Now we're going to Vegas. Let's see what the guy can do.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the true test for that 34 team. This is like the first cookie cutter mile and a half track we're going to. Let's see what kind of speed they bring. It's really going to help him. He's going to be starting up front again, so he's not going to have to make up all that ground in the beginning. It'll be interesting to see. I think if with how weird the season is going, if we get a couple more random winners that Michael McDowell, and they make the playoffs, Michael McDowell could set himself up to be a driver to advance to the round of 12 there. I mean, I don't see how he's going to do it. He's good at Bristol. Bristol's in that first round. I mean, we're miles and miles away from there, though. Yeah. It's early. We'll see what happens. Let's see if we can keep building on this momentum.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, so moving on into the race, we had Slick Bill Byron winning stage 2, showing lots of speed. And then, Mikey, what's going on with Blaney? He seems to be a magnet for everyone this year. You had Eric Almirola slamming right into him, trying to do a slide job.
We're picking up right where the 2020 season left off of the 12 team. If Ryan Blaney didn't have bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck at all. 10 car, not clear. Oh, you cleared yourself. Cool. Thanks for ruining our race, pal. Not like Ryan was, a threat to win or anything like that, but he was, 15th on in, I mean, again, you're taking points off the board that if we still keep getting all these crazy winners, who knows what we're going to look like 20 races from now with only a handful left going into the playoffs. So it could be major implications for a guy. Oh, didn't know I wasn't clear. That's what you have a spotter for, bud.
Yeah, Yeah, not a smart move by the 10 team there. Just, oh man, I hope Blaney's able to turn this luck around because I'm sick of seeing it for him, man.
Not optimistic.
Starting to sound like Dalton, man.
I'm not saying I have any kind of doubt in Ryan Blaney's ability or this, that, whatever, but bad shit happens to the dude. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I have never personally cursed a Michael Waltrip diecast, so I don't know where this is coming from. But all I know is we're being victimized for something right now, and it's the craziest thing.
I was gonna say, I feel your pain, brother. I've been feeling it for the last 8 years now.
Nick, next time you come over, we're gonna have to film this. We're gonna take that diecast and chuck it off my balcony or something, just to kind of rid ourselves of the demons.
I have it sitting down in case in the last row down there, the last car off to the side. I think we're gonna.
Why would you even display that?
We gotta do that, or we gotta like dunk it in a lake or something to purify it, or do something.
I'll just get some holy water. We'll put some holy water on it and try and break the curse.
Hey, there we go.
All right, boys, and then we had William Byron putting on a clinic in this final stage, led 102 laps at Homestead to get his second career NASCAR Cup Series win. Another thing that I did not see coming this year was William Byron just absolutely dominating at 1.5 miles and getting the win.
Yep, another one. I was literally just going to say, yep, and we're going to add that to things I did not see coming for 1,000, Alex.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, on last week's show for Ian's pit stop, we were talking about guys who could potentially go winless this season.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure William Byron's name was in there, and then he just goes out and he dominates. Like at a track like Homestead, that is not where I saw William Byron going to victory lane at. He got lucky though. I think if there was 10 more laps in that race, I think Tyler Reddick was going to catch him and beat him because Tyler Reddick chipped off 10 seconds of that lead in like the last 18 laps of that race. It was absolutely insane.
He hunted down Kyle Larson, and yeah, like you said, he was just chipping off that time.
10 seconds in 18 laps. That's just unheard of from an RCR car. That is quite unheard of. But gotta give it to William Byron. He did what he had to do. And now he shut me up for the rest of the season because I thought he wasn't going to go to victory lane. But hey, he's got Rudy Fugle on the box with him. They have a lot of success together, so they're off to a good start. And that 24 car, it does look better than the render that they gave us before the season started. It does actually look pretty good on track. So good for William Byron.
Absolutely. That's the biggest thing to me that I think is cool too, is just to see Rudy Fugle get to victory lane. Being a guy who watches the Truck Series religiously, I thought it was awesome. I've always kind of liked Rudy Fugle, even though he works with Kyle Busch sometimes. We're gonna let that go.
Hey, Rudy Fugle's a good. I will not take any slander from Rudy Fugle on this podcast here.
No, I'm not slandering Rudy Fugle at all. I'm slandering your boy, but that's a different conversation.
Hey, I love the guy too. I mean, he was Noah's crew chief in the Truck Series. He did a hell of a job with him.
Yeah, he's just one of those guys you want to see succeed. So if him and William are a good pairing, this could be a lot of fun to watch. And Nick, another thing just to kind of touch on too that you talked about, not only did we talk about William Byron maybe potentially being on that winless thing, if you remember, we even threw out, we wouldn't be surprised if all of Hendrick minus Chase Elliott went winless. So
yeah, I did not see William Byron being the first Hendrick car to win this season.
Neither did I. But
and Hendrick Motorsports looked really, really fast in
all
this
four
race.
cars, I think.
Yeah, Kyle
except
Larson.
for Chase Elliott.
Yeah, Chase Elliott.
Go figure.
Yeah. The best Hendrick car got the worst finish out of all three of them. All three Hendrick cars in the top 10, and then Chase finished like 14th, I think.
Yeah. But guys, I really think that win is coming soon for Kyle Larson. I mean, the guy has just been looking so fast. I mean, look at the Daytona road course before he hit the tire barrier. He was fighting for what I think was like second place or something like that. So the guy is getting close every weekend. That win is coming soon for him in Hendrick Motorsports.
Bristol Dirt. That's how soon it will be.
It's going to be him and Christopher Bell and Chase Briscoe running for it because they're all the dirt guys.
Dude, you can put Kyle Larson's freaking personal car on a dirt track and he'll still win it. Like,
Yeah.
anything, you put anything on dirt, like even a freaking three-wheel bicycle, he could still win it too.
Oh, no, okay.
But that's
Those are called tricycles, Dalton.
Whatever. But yeah, how about Willie Byron? I did not expect this either, but yeah, like I said, the three Hendrick cars were pretty good all day, except for Chase Elliott. That's how weird the season is. But I gotta say about Willie Byron, I was hoping he'd do something this year after that Daytona win last year, because I was starting to question his career at Hendrick for just a little bit. I mean, it's Daytona last year. When you win at Daytona, you just got to survive in advance. I was just hoping he could actually do something about it and like win at other tracks. And for him to go out here and just dominate Homestead, like this wasn't a fluke. He went out there, dominated. He led the most laps, I think. Did he lead the most laps?
Oh yeah, he led over 100
by a mile. I think
he led over 100 laps.
102.
Okay, I thought it was Chris Buescher for some reason, but yeah, I don't think I have to question William Byron anymore. I think he's found something. I think the whole Hendrick team finally found something that they're struggling for the past several seasons. So again, with Rudy Fugle at the top of the pit box, when it was first announced that he was coming to be the crew chief for William Byron, I knew they were in for a much better season this year than they were last year, because Rudy Fugle's a great crew chief. He's been with Kyle Busch for a couple years in the Truck Series. He was a crew chief for Noah Gragson as well. So yeah, he had to make something work this season. So I'm really glad that William Byron was able to work something out this year.
Yeah, definitely. So, guys, yeah, it was a good weekend of racing at Homestead. I wish the Xfinity race ended a different way, but either way, good for Myatt Snyder getting his first career Xfinity Series win, and good for William Byron. An exciting weekend, guys. We're getting different winners. It seems like every weekend now. So Vegas is definitely going to be crazy for sure.
Oh, I'm excited.
I have no idea what to do for the gamblers picks anymore.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. You try to use facts and logic and reasoning, and then the race gods are like, nah, man, just throw all that out the window. Who's a random winner? We're going to pick him today.
You're going to have to start putting Michael McDowell in your favorites, like your odds-on favorites for the race.
I don't know if I can do that in good faith. Like, it's going to hurt my soul. No disrespect to Michael McDowell, but it's like...
Yeah. You don't want to hurt your credibility that much.
It's dwindling as we speak, boys.
Yeah, it's true. So,
but again, I was pretty close this weekend. I took Tyler Reddick, and
yes,
you guys, another 5 laps. I think we would have hit for the third race of the season, which would have been pretty good. So
I honestly think if we would have had like you said, 5 more laps, we would have had a recreation of the Chicagoland 2018 finish.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, could have.
ooh.
I did like that.
So did we.
Dude, I gotta say, this is probably the best race of the year so far, and probably the best race with the 550 horsepower package that you're ever gonna get. It's just Homestead. I gotta say, moving Homestead-Miami away from the championship was probably the biggest mistake ever.
I disagree. I think it made it better because you don't have the pressure. Because when you're racing for a championship, you're not gonna be as aggressive. You're gonna try and take care of your stuff and just try and survive. But with a championship not on the line, you just go for it. So I actually think it helped this weekend, because I always saw some great racing all around, and yeah, I kind of liked it.
Well, that is true. I will give you that. That's just what I love about Homestead. It's just that nobody dominates there. You don't know what to expect every single year. It's just probably the best. It's the best mile and a half on the schedule. I mean, let's get that out the way right now.
It is now.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, best race of the year. Lots of comers and goers. Lots of people you would never expect to be up front all day, like Chris Buescher and Michael McDowell in the top 10. Tyler Reddick as well. This is what we want for a NASCAR race every single week. If we had this every single week at a mile and a half, I think the sport would be just fine. This, like I said, best race of the year so far.
Easily.
I agree, and I would like to add
Absolutely.
one thing. I think one of the things that made this race really good, tires mattered big time.
Finally.
Yes, what I love about Homestead-Miami is it just tears these tires apart. And, if you don't come down for tires, you're absolutely screwed. So, yeah, definitely, just a fun track. It reminds me of Atlanta, where you get all that tire wear. So I can't wait for Atlanta coming up next month, or this month too, boys. We got 2 races this year in Atlanta.
Yes,
Yeah.
Hey, you were saying that you love that this place eats up tires. I don't think that worked out so well for you on Saturday, bud, because it ate up David Starr's tire.
Shut up. Shut up. That's it. I quit. You're running the show now, bud.
Only thing this episode is missing is a Justin Haley Daytona win reference. Oh, oops, my bad. Now we've hit all our bases.
You don't want to start that with me, man.
Yikes.
How did
Buddy,
Justin
I'm
Haley
3
do
for
this?
3. 3 tapings. It's been mentioned 3 times.
How did Justin Haley do this weekend? He ran a box Spire car and ran like 30th. Good for him. Good for him.
All right, guys. I think that's a good point to end the show. You guys got anything else to add?
I would just like to add that we have to do some research to see if Justin Haley's ahead of Matt D in points now, too.
Oh,
no!
Damn, Mike, you were just bringing the pain to the show tonight, buddy.
I
I'm
have
looking
to
up
make
right
somebody
now.
feel bad besides you, Ian. We're trying to help you out.
Why you
here.
gotta
Thank
do
you. I appreciate that because I know you and me are hurting from this weekend from seeing our boys get.
That's what it is. I'm hurting, so I have to lash out, boys. It's
There you
just it's
go.
in my nature.
I've been hurt for the last 3 weeks. I have 14 fucking points. 14.
Let's be honest, you've been hurting for the past 8 years.
I've been hurting for the past 8 years, man. Oh my god! And now my driver has 14 points. Garrett Smithley and the
That's your
entire
problem.
Garrett Smithley and the entire Rick Ware box gang are in front of me in points.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Yeah, do you
Nick
feel
is
better?
turning into Bob Euchre from Major League. That's all we got.
Yeah.
One goddamn hit. You can't say goddamn on the air. Nobody's listening anyway.
Yeah. Dude, like, it's been internal pain for the longest time, man. It's like terminal for me, man.
Well, stop picking underdogs. And there you go. Like, pick Denny Hamlin. Pick somebody good for once.
Oh,
Well, he's got Denny Hamlin for money at least.
dude, I'm telling you right now, if Matt DiBenedetto doesn't get a competitive cup ride next year, I am jumping ship 100% to that FedEx 11 gang, and that will be the end of Denny Hamlin's career because I'll be
Well,
right.
well, go ahead. Okay, here, I'll make you feel better. You are no longer behind Garrett Smithley in points anymore, and you are beating Justin Haley.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, we got that going for us, boys.
But Jamie McMurray, Anthony Alfredo, Joey Case, and Josh Palicki, and James Stevenson are right in front of you still.
Jamie McMurray, who only ran the Daytona 500.
Start.
I'm not surprised. I have 14 points. 14 points, man. I had 5 going into this race, and I got 9. This is
You should be celebrating that, man. You damn near doubled, you damn near tripled your points, dude.
What am I in points now? What, like 37th, maybe 35th?
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry.
There are teams that are going to run 9 races this year that have more points than you.
We're 34th in points right now, man.
Yikes.
I'm just glad I'm not being made fun of tonight. It's Nick's turn.
It's okay. You're still
This
a child.
podcast is going to get to a point where we get a little bigger and we're going to finally get some cup guys that want to come on in like a couple of years. And then Matt D is going to be like, oh, we'll have Matt D on. Then he's going to go back and do some research, watch steps, and be like, those guys.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'd like to thank our buddy Dalton Good for joining us. Make sure to check out our merchandise that he designed on Spreadshirt. You can get hats like these, shirts, sweatshirts, whatever you like. The link will be below. Please make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Show some support to the Stock Car Spectacle. You'll be notified every time when we upload new content if you subscribe. Make sure to check out our shows this week with Kinsel's Classroom, our Vegas preview, and of course the Gamblers Picks. Guys, make sure to tune in to Kodo's Mojo with me, Adam Cornwell, and Patrick Kodo for weekly sports updates. You can find that on all podcast platforms. Make sure to tune in to our buddies at For the Lead. They're on all podcast platforms as well. So, guys, thanks for joining us. I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Mike Gamble.
And I'm Nick Kinsel.